Traveling with camera gear can be a major pain. Keeping your camera gear organized and bringing along the everyday essentials is a tough job. Today, we're taking a look at the Peter McKinnon 35-liter and 25-liter backpacks to see if they're up to the task. My name is Mark Bergering. I'm an adventure photographer and videographer based in Colorado. My wife Brenda and I are always taking our cameras on the move. We love having bags that allow us to pack efficiently and travel with our gear and everything else we need, whether we're headed to Denver Airport or loading up for an adventure in the truck. On this channel, I do practical gear reviews from my real-world experience to help you decide what equipment you should spend your hard-earned money on. Be sure to hit subscribe. I'm rolling out weekly videos about photography gear, reviews, and advice. So about 5 years ago, Peter McKinnon released this bag. He said it was the culmination of over a year and a half of R&D to come up with a perfect bag for his style of photography and travel. Now that that hype has subsided, I'm taking a look in 2024 at this bag to see if it still stands apart as the perfect camera backpack for travel and photography. Now, there are two bags. There's the 35-liter version and the 25-liter version. If you're just taking cameras, the 25-liter version is perfect for you. If you're taking cameras and other stuff, the 35-liter version might be the best option. In this review, I'm going to take a look at functionality, versatility, design and build quality, and finally value. Stick around to the end where I'll talk about some alternatives to these two bags and what you might be shopping for. All right, so first let's take a look at the functions of the 35-liter version. Now this is a big bag. It's tall and it's definitely pretty hefty. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like when Brenda is wearing it, but it was definitely a rather tall torso length. So if you're not a large person, this bag might feel kind of big, especially with this size suspension and the lack of adjustability in that sense. But starting from the front of the bag, the suspension does feel quite good. It's padded and it's not super bulky. The waist belt is a little bit wimpy. It doesn't have a ton of padding, and I would say it's not designed for carrying long distances. It'll be great for getting through the airport and traveling from place to place and then setting the bag down once you get there. It does have the handy feature of the slidey pocket here where you can slide this over your rolly bag and put this bag on rolly bag through the airport, which is great. I like that feature. And I believe the hip belt is removable if that's not of interest to you. However, rolling through the airport with this might be tricky because this is not going to qualify as a personal item that fits under your seat. It's definitely carry-on size bag and it's going to go in the overhead bin. So if you're having it on top of a rolly bag, it's definitely going to be a rolly bag that gets checked, and this will be your carry-on item. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the suspension, let's look at the main compartment of the bag. This is something I like. As you know, I'm a big fan of the full access zipper. So when you get it all the way zipped open, here's what the interior of the bag looks like. There's a couple accessory straps in here, but this is the camera organization system. So you've got a nice spot for your camera here, big lens, small lens, all your accessories, drone, whatever you want. It stores a lot of camera gear. And something that's a little different about this bag is although it does have movable dividers, it doesn't have a camera cube system. So a lot of backpacks will have a camera cube inside of the exterior frame that can be removed, but this does not. The camera cube is built in, and you'll notice that the exterior of the bag kind of has like a firm protective layer built into the fabric. In addition to the camera gear organization here inside the main compartment, on this back panel you've got a number of zippers. I like that they're mesh and you can see what's stored in them, whether it's batteries, SD card cases, that sort of thing. And then inside this little Velcro pocket, you've got a nice big laptop sleeve that will keep your laptop protected while you're traveling. And beyond that, it's pretty simple. I like the storage capacity, I like the flexibility of the divider system, and I think it's gonna work well. One thing to note when you're setting up the divider system here is that there's side access for your camera. So you've got this zipper panel here that opens up to the interior of the bag, but it does force you to have your main camera sit right here. And I noticed that this is a little bit deeper than I was used to, and my little Sony cameras feel quite small in this giant space. So it's not the most suited to small mirrorless setups because you're limited on how you can set up the cube, or not the cube, but the dividers when you use this side access. Another option would be to just completely ignore the side access, which I think would probably be a better system for me. So I would arrange these dividers in a different way that doesn't allow you to use this zipper on the side. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the main compartment, let's look at some of the other features. The other big pocket that you'll notice is right on the back here. So this pocket is designed to hold clothes and other travel items that you might need for venturing out on a multi-day trip. I liked this compression system that helps hold everything into place so that you can unzip this without everything falling out. These stretchy pockets here are great, keeps things nice and snug and compact, and allows you to pack efficiently without necessarily needing to use packing cubes. On the flap of this pocket, there's some nice zippered mesh organization that is actually a little bit stretchy, so you can fit some stuff in here. And I like this full zipper pocket here, pretty handy for accessing your stuff. So you get some organization and another layer of a pocket there. So a pretty cool compartment overall. Once you get this thing packed with a bunch of stuff in that exterior pocket, you're definitely going to want to expand this zipper pocket to be a little bit taller. That's going to give you more capacity for more stuff, but it's definitely going to push you close to that carry-on item limit if you fully pack it with camera gear and clothing and expand this zipper pocket. Also, it's a little bit confusing because you've got two zippers that are right next to each other that do two different things. So it's easy to grab the expansion and think you're unzipping this compartment. So a little bit confusing in terms of zippers. Additionally, there's this pocket here, which has organization and some dividers. It's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches deep. It has a little key clip, and it's great for just storing some little accessories. When I go through the airport, I like to unpack all my pockets, take everything out, and stash everything in one pocket. So that's a great option for this pocket here. On this side of the bag, same side as the side access camera port, you have this zipper, which is laptop pocket, the nicely padded and kind of felty feeling laptop sleeve. Really handy, and it looks like it would fit a pretty large laptop. In terms of versatility, I would say this bag is somewhat versatile. It's big and it feels big even when it's not packed fully loaded. So it's not going to get any smaller. It's kind of the size that it is. It gets a little bit bigger with this expansion compartment, but it's pretty much as big as it gets all the time. So it doesn't have a lot of versatility in terms of expanding or contracting, but it does have a lot of flexibility in terms of keeping your gear organized. I felt like it had a lot of pockets, but they were all either mesh or stretchy in a way that would allow you to see what's in them without getting your stuff lost. It doesn't have a camera cube system, but you could take out some of the dividers and make it so that a portion of that large camera storage compartment is utilized for something else. So it doesn't have to be camera gear in the main compartment if you take out some of those dividers. If you're not sure the 35-liter option is for you, you should take a look at the 25-liter option. It retains a lot of the same features without the added capacity of that exterior pocket for storing things other than camera gear. So this is great for everyday use and when you want to carry camera gear and not a lot else. We can take a quick look at some of the features of this bag. So on this exterior pocket, you've got a nice little storage compartment up here, great for a drone. It's padded. It's small enough that you can store some smaller items in here, but big enough to where it feels functional. It also has this zipper here on the top, which is a little bit padded and feels like it would be a good place to store some accessories. Other than that compartment, the other option to store things is in the main big zipper pocket. So similar to the other one, except it does employ a camera cube system. So you've got these two camera cubes. You can customize them to fit camera gear however you like. And then it also has this, which I kind of liked, to access this other side that I just unzipped from the other side of the bag. So this little magnet storage is pretty handy, and I kind of like this hard case feeling textured fabric. In addition, you still have some of those mesh zipper pockets on the back here, keep stuff organized, and it feels fairly flexible with the camera cube system. Both bags have stretchy pockets on the side that snap back in with magnets, and overall you can tell that they're going for a really clean look on both of these bags. In terms of design and build quality, they feel really nice. You can see the zippers have got these aluminum sleeves that really help you grab onto them easily. The fabric is really durable and weather resistant feeling. It's a really sleek black look. They have a flat bottom, so they sit nicely. There's some attachment points, but not so many that the bag starts to look clunky and not so sleek. And especially this bag has a little bit smoother, shinier fabric, and it's got the little Peter McKinnon logo on the back, which you'll appreciate if you're a fan of his. They feel durable and like they would last. When you feel the grab handles, they're nice and squishy, kind of a neoprene feeling fabric combined with a nylon on top for durability. And everything feels well built. It's got, you know, sturdy, rugged feeling design. The 25-liter version does not have a hip belt, but it does retain this feature where you can put it on a rolly bag, and this one is probably more suited to that carry-on size where it's going to fit under your seat as a personal item, not just as a carry-on item like the larger version. All right, so an important feature for a lot of people is value. $300 for the 25-liter version, $400 for the 45-liter version. These are nice camera bags. They're not cheap by any means. When you look at some of the alternatives, you might look at the Peak Design Travel Backpack. That's around $410 with the camera cube, or the Shimoda Action X40, which is my choice for a camera bag lately. Comes with a little less organization, but the price point is going to be similar. The Shimoda also has more adventure-ready features like straps for skis, helmets, and they also make a women's version, which is going to fit a little bit better than this rather tall, big bag. The Peak Design travel bag is going to be most similar to this bag because they both have this kind of dual compartment main zipper here that gives you access to the majority of the bag, and then a little expansion backpack, or a little expansion compartment on the back of the backpack that you can store clothing in. So given that this is $400 and that one is $410, I think it's kind of a toss-up in terms of what you like in terms of style and look and the features that are more appealing to you. You can go check out a more detailed review of the Peak Design Travel Backpack that I did that gives you a breakdown on all those features. If you're looking for something a little bit more budget-friendly that's also rugged and durable, I would take a look at the Wandered Provoke. I did a review of that bag here. It goes for around $200 depending on what size you get, and it has a lot of features packed into a relatively affordable backpack. So overall, the Peter McKinnon 35-liter and 25-liter bags are both pretty nice. I like that they're a really clean looking bag. I like black. It's great if you're going to be traveling and you don't want a bag that says camera backpack. I think that it is a good combination for the multi-day trip where you've got some clothing in the back pocket here and your camera gear accessible via one big zipper in the main compartment. I think this is an awesome bag for somebody who wants a sleek, stylish bag and has a lot of high quality features. Personally, I'm not sure I'll be keeping it because the suspension is not really designed for what I like to do, which is go out in the mountains and hike for long distances and take my camera gear with me. So I'm looking for a little bit heavier duty, more comfortable suspension. But I think if you're a one bag traveler, this could be a great option for you. One thing that you'll have to get used to is all the zippers on this bag. I think once you got familiar with it and you got comfortable with which zippers did what, you would not have a hard time. But my initial thought was that there was a lot of zippers on this bag and that it's easy to get confused on which one opens which compartment. If you want to check the price of this bag, head down to the link in the description. I'll have a link to both of these bags. And if you are interested in purchasing it, I would appreciate it if you use that link because it gives me a little kickback and it allows me to do more reviews like this in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more reviews like this. And if you have any comments, leave them down below. I try to get back to all the comments. If you want to see an alternative to the Peter McKinnon 35-liter backpack, check out this Peak Design Travel Backpack review, and I will see you in that video.